All right, Nation, really appreciate everybody for tuning in. My name is Law Nation, L-A-W Nation. All right, we lost. It's over with, right? We're 1-3. We harped on the loss, and we went over everything. We established the fact that we are soft, but let's not continue to go over that and beat on a dead horse over and over and over again. I know it's been 25 years. I know that it feels like the Eagles done won the Super Bowl. They woke up. They all in the inbox talking about fly, Eagles, fly, because they are leading the division. Let them gloat. Let them be happy. Let them do all of the other stuff. They got issues that they got to iron out too, right? They got situations that they got to resolve and figure out as well, right? So we can't go back and forth with Eagles fans. We just got to look at what we got going on and figure this thing out, Cowboy Nation. At the end of the day, football season is long for a reason. We are 1-3. It's not the end of the world. We came out. We tried to accomplish something, right? And we didn't do it. You know, oftentimes in business, there's this statement that comes out, especially if you owning your own business and not running for somebody else's business or operating somebody else's business. But there's this thing that comes out called a P&L statement, profit loss statement. Now, in order for you to really identify where your company is at, you got to be able to identify your profits and your loss. But you can't harp on your losses so much because your business would never grow. So what I'm trying to say, Cowboy Nation, is that yes, we lost. Yes, it seems as if though everything is bad. And I'm a part of it too. You know, we spit out all of the crazy stuff that goes on emotionally, you know. And of course, it's easy for somebody to say, oh, you guys are just spitting nothing but emotions. But it's the truth that comes from us, right? And that's why I believe you all follow the channel and watch the channel so that you guys can share those same similar passions and enthusiasm for this team. Because that's what it's about. We passion. We love this team and we want to see this team succeed, right? Even in their pitfalls, even in their faults, we're sitting there looking at this team and saying, hey, there's still a possibility. Deep down in everybody's heart that bleeds silver and blue, they can see that this team could easily be 4-0. If only they tinker a few things out. And I know Jerry Wayne James, I call him James. I guess James Harden is on my mind, I guess, because since everybody was saying, hey, Law, you James Harden today, whatever it may be. So Jerry Wayne Jones and Stephen Jones. Sometimes it's hard to see the picture when you are in the frame. Yes, it's hard. It's hard to identify situations. So what I'm trying to say here at Cowboy Nation is that we need to look at this thing, step back a little bit, and say, okay, they already established that they're soft. I'm talking about that's what Tank Lawrence said, right? DeMarcus, right? D-Law, how many names he got? That's what he said, that they're soft. So that's already established. The other news is out there is this Nolan guy, Mike Nolan. Is he on a hot seat? Well, before you can just place him on a hot seat, I believe that when you look back at the film, we will see the effort is not all the way there. Remember what I said during the offseason. Coaches elevate. Let me repeat, coaches elevate. So if they're not able to elevate, then we can look back and say, it may be too late for this season to say, okay, week 6, week 7, it's time for this coach to go by and these sorts of things. And I know a lot of people looking down there in Texans, and they're looking at the coach that was fired, the GM, whatever his name is. He was a coach and GM, right? Bill, right? Bill, he was fired. He was let go. But that's just not for this season. It was a collective reason why they fired him because of what he did last year. And that stacked on top of stuff. And then they said it's time for him to go. Flat out, it's time for him to go. So they're free right now. They're happy about the situation. They 0-4. Yes, we only won one more game than them. And the way I'm looking at the Atlanta Falcons right now, if they don't pull this Green Bay game off and beat them, then the only team that we beat is what? 0-4 themselves, right? So it's not nothing that we can go home and say, okay, yeah, we the mighty Cowboys because we won one game. Yes, it's a long uphill battle. But the reality of it, Cowboy Nation, is when we look at this thing, we'll say, yeah, we need to play better. We need to do better. So we got two things that's going on right now. The positive aspect of it, this offense can go. The negative aspect of the offense, it does not go. It's a slow starter, right? It's like one of those, I guess you can look at it like it need to build up momentum for it to go. I know a lot of people throw jabs and say, hey, well, it need to have garbage time before it can go. Well, newsflash, the Dallas Cowboys is not the only team that plays in garbage time or padding the stat time, whatever time that you want to put out there. Because if that was the truth, right? If that was a scenario for every other team, that we would see multiple quarterbacks putting up 400 yards, 350 yards, 380 yards, and north of that, 500 yards. Every single weekend, we would see some similarities with this, right? So at some point, we got to look at it and say, yes, this offense is explosive, but it's missing some key pieces. What are the key pieces? Well, the front five offensive line do. Hey, now, before I got to preface my statement when I say these type of things. This is not me being an apologist. This is not me making excuses. This is just me explaining, right? I'm not complaining as well. I'm just explaining. The front five is so porous. With Connor Williams, he's out of position. I know we can go back and forth with a lot of people, and a lot of people will say to themselves, he's a guard, he's a guard. No, he's a tackle. That's what he did in college land, right? He just don't have the strong, wide enough strength and base to be a guard in the National Football League. Yes, he got short arms. Newsflash. Prototypical Aaron Donald wasn't meant to play inside, right? They said he was too small and too tiny. He's just setting all type of records, going against the odds, right? And I'm not calling Connor Williams the Aaron Donald of the offense, but what I'm saying is, Cowboy Nation, is that guy need to be somebody's tackle, even with his short arms. He's quick. He's fast, but he got no strength. And teams figure that out, and they just pick him up and move him out of the way when they want to get to the quarterback. At times, he will win. And, of course, offensive lineman, it's a battle. If you lose 5 times, you trash. If you lose 4 times, you trash. It only takes 1 time for you to lose for your quarterback to be gone. That's the craziest thing of it all. You got to damn near play perfect to be the offensive line. That's just how it goes. Now, Brandon Knight, yes, we saw him step up in these sorts of things. But the Cowboys are too worried to play like, okay, we're right in these type of situations. That's why they had Terrence Steele. So that's water under the bridge. They learned the hard way. It's like a wet floor sign, and they kept flipping there, and they sitting there saying, okay, put another one out there. Let's flip again. Or do not touch. And they just so antsy to touch. And that's just how this game went. They were so ready to prove a point. But remember, there's water under the bridge now. They understand and they know now Terrence Steele do not belong right there, right? It's just that we as fans, we can see the issues, we can see the problems. But think about this. Like I said earlier, sometimes it's hard to see the picture when you are in the frame. And I know it sounds like a big ball of excuses, but that's just how it goes with the Dallas Cowboys, unfortunately. We are a last-minute type of team. We wait to the last minute to make anything happen. Oh, it goes to show you that, Jerry Wayne says deadline makes deals. Now it paints a picture of why it took us forever when we first got Amari Cooper. It took us to go to 3 and 5, and then we made the situation happen, right? It took us ever going back, all the way back, to sign Dez Bryant. We waited to the last moment, right? Then they signed him, then all this crazy stuff happened, right? See, we hold on to these players forever and we wait to the last minute. Even DeMarcus Lawrence, we fiddle-faddle around with that. We said, okay, we're going to put you on a franchise tag, or we're going to put you on a franchise tag again. And think about it. The amount of money that he's getting paid now, we could have paid him earlier, but we wait to the last minute. It's because of the philosophy of the team. The deadline makes deals. Oh, hey, they said that they believe in Dak Prescott. They waited to the last minute. You see the pattern? If you want to talk about patterns. So that's just the nature of this team. They would never change that, right? So we can't get mad at the person that owns the team on how they handle their business. That's just how it goes, Cowboy Nation. It just goes with the flavor. We can't harp on it. We can just be mad and talking about we not going to do this and not do that. And then we'll walk right up in there next week and win a game and everybody say all is forgiven, right? Then we'll win another game and all is forgiven, right? That's the situation with the Cowboys right now. Now, what I'm trying to say is, Cowboy Nation, is that this is what we're going to have to live with. Now, I really think that this team is still young in the season. Not saying that, hey, we're going to go 13-3 or 12-4. Now, I have us pegged at 11-5. So the way I kind of look at it is that we got our 3 losses out the way. We 1-3 right now. The division is so porous. I'm trying to bring in some optimism to the table. So let's just look at it in this fashion. I'm the one that's saying, hey, I would rather for us to get hot towards the latter part of the season. And I can tell you right now, the defensive side of the ball, normally the defense just don't somehow wake up and say, okay, we're going to play better. But hopefully we make 1 or 2 more moves before the trade deadline. Anything can happen to flip this thing around. Or all of a sudden, we pick up somebody off the free agency list. You see what I'm saying? How this thing can roll together? All of a sudden, I really want to know your thoughts, Cowboy Nation. I want to know how you guys feel of everything. Is Law Nation kind of crazy with this thing, right? Or I'm just got those rose-colored glasses that somebody said in the comment box, or blue-tinted glasses in this fashion. Or I'm getting hit in the head and all I'm seeing is stars. I love this team, and I know you guys do the same. So let's figure this thing out, Cowboy Nation, one way or another. Let's continue to grind and shine. Let's go, Cowboy Nation. Let me know of your thoughts of Dak Prescott. Let me know how you feel about Ezekiel. The honest truth, okay? None of that sugary stuff. And let me know how you feel about the defense. Where does defense turn it around? What can be the solutions? We talked about the problems. If I can say that. We talked about the problems, right? But what can be the solutions? Everybody got the problem, but what can be the solution to this situation? And I don't want to say, hey, let's just tank for this and tank for that, because nothing is proven that when you tank that you're going to get this and that. Nothing is proven for that, right? Let me know if I'm lying. And don't say, well, let's just fire this. Give me some real objective feedback on what you guys feel about this team. Can we turn it over? Give me just 3 topics of how we can turn this thing over, Cowboy Nation. That's been my time. I really thank you all for yours. And remember, you're listening to nothing but the best. Let's go. Hit that subscribe button, baby. Let's go.